So our story continues with our children. Their story starts long before we meet them. When we become part of their story, it's when custody disputes turn ugly, when educational needs have not been identified and met, when placed in foster care and forgotten, with mental health needs that have been unaddressed for years, while experiencing poverty, homelessness, abuse, neglect, when silenced by exclusion and discrimination and separated from their families. These circumstances lead them to the legal system, and they lead them to us. But the courtroom should not be a place of solution to meet children's needs. The legal system itself is just a symptom of years of systemic failures, of causes not being addressed within the community, and of not providing resources and services to children, leaving as the only option the legal system to intervene in a child's life. We stand beside them in this legal process. And while we have the expertise and the skills to address the legal issues, that is not our only focus. We are also experts in treating the whole of the child. To fully protect their rights and well-being, we need to address all areas of their life with the goal of setting a new, more stable foundation so that their lives can be filled with hope and that they never again set foot in a courtroom. So Hannah, I know these past few weeks have been incredibly busy for you, and I want to congratulate you again on I Am Queen Charlotte. It was such an amazing performance.
Thank you.
And in all that amazingness and busyness, you still found time to hear our stories of our children. Yes. All of my coworkers submitted stories of the children to Hannah to be able to share in the development of a new and never heard before poem that she has created for us, specifically about the children that we serve at council.
Yeah.
Will you share your journey and the poem with us?
I will. So your coworkers and you all sent me these, what could have easily just been like case notes, but that's not, and I've worked in spaces before, I don't want to act like I've done the work that y'all have done, but where I worked for state government and I had to keep case notes, and they were the bane of my existence. And if someone would have asked me for like this poem that this person is going to write, will you send over like some of your thoughts, I would have hit copy paste, and that's exactly what I would have sent. That is not what you or your coworkers sent. You all sent these really beautifully thought out comments about the children that you are blessed to work with. You sent some of your hopes for what our future can look like. You shared the stories of some of the experiences that they've had, and it really was just breathtaking to see the care that goes into this work. And I wanted to write something that really honored that, and I've sat with this for a while. I just finished this piece today. What I hope to share is something that feels like it is for the children through the eyes of the people who serve them. I thought a lot about just the notes that were given to me, and just even some of the young people in my life who I know have been in the system. And anyway, hopefully you all can see this as not me seeking to be your voice, but to give voice to how much you love these young people. Thank you all who sent emails for sharing that with me. And this piece is called Worthy. Yours is a story that isn't spoken widely or consistently enough. And it is quite possible that the narrative that has been written over your existence by those without the ability to truly see and understand you isn't often written or spoken with that personal kind of touch that uplifts and understands, that comforts and demands that the world see you as we see you, that requires that they trust and honor and believe you. For we know that you have often found yourself caught in the middle, toggled between the worlds of the adults who have been charged with the responsibility of your care. We see that you have been wedged in between the impossible of being forced to grow up at a pace too swift for your mind to comprehend, for your young body to bear. We see the environment around you that should be the space to nurture and ground you that has sometimes failed you, forgotten you, walked out on you. Yet we are amazed at the many tiny and magnificent ways that you have simply gotten through. Found your way around, found your way in. We see you fighting a battle internally and externally, a battle that might often seem inconquerable, but we know that you can and you will win. We see you falter on the path, but we watch you get up and begin again and again and again and again and again. And that resilience that you have learned to grab hold of and pull from on the difficult days, that shows up through the challenges, that helps you move through the pain, it has served you when it needed to, has given you the tools that you need to survive. But it is our job to create a world around you that isn't always about pushing through the pain, that gives you space to be a carefree child, experiencing all of the beautiful things that it takes to feel free and alive. Exploring your dreams and planning for your future, feeling safe and secure. You deserve family and community that opens itself up to you and realizes that you are worth fighting for, worth holding on to, spending time with, worth listening to. You are worth making the climb with. You are worthy of every second that we spend together, worth every laugh and inside joke that we make. You are worth reading to and learning from, worth quiet moments that we share, and worth the time that it takes to speak up on your behalf, to require that you have all that you might need, to show up and represent you when you've made a mistake, to stand in for you when others walk away or might choose to leave. And we will continue to work for you, to create a world that you deserve, that welcomes and holds on to you, that listens to your story and hangs on your each and every word, that celebrates your milestones, your magic moments, and your accomplishments, that creates space for you to be human, lose your way a little bit, and find your way back again. And we hope that you will remember that you are worthy of the greatest life that you can ever think to imagine. You are worthy of a life filled with purpose, of a heart full of happiness. You are worthy of family and friendship and success and love. And as long as you remember that you are worthy, we will continue to fight for you and your life and all of the beautiful things that you can think to dream of.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
And you just finished that this morning?
Yeah.
So amazing.
This afternoon.
I thought I saw you finishing it when
It was about 3:45 p.m.
Absolutely beautiful. And there is so much to admire about our children, their will to live, their capacity to forgive, and the resilience that they show every single day. And they have a keen understanding of the importance of supporting each other. The first thing that we ask our children when we meet them is, what do you need? And more often than not, their response is, please don't ever let this happen to my brother, my sister, my best friend, my neighbor. Even when their trauma is heightened, their first instinct is to help somebody else. And that is the power of our children.